I'm Mia, and today we're going to be talking about reasons why you should avoid Shein. So the other day I was shopping online for a new pair of gold hoop earrings. Obviously, the first brand that popped up was Shein. So $250 for some earrings is not too bad, but I remembered some things my friends had told me about Shein that was pretty negative. Obviously, what I researched proved that. Today I'm going to persuade you that Shein uses harmful business practices which result in negative effects on society. My goal is for you to think twice before ordering from Shein and help spread awareness for businesses that practice fast fashion. Credibility. I have completed research about Shein's factory pollution and labor policies, and I have personal experience buying products from this brand. So what are we going to be covering today? Today we're going to cover what Shein's factories do to the environment and how these negatively affect the environment, how Shein uses practices such as slave and child labor, and the amount of racism towards cultural and religious groups. So, I would like to begin by discussing negative effects that Shein has on the environment. According to ConserveEnergyFuture.com, Shein uses dangerous chemicals in microplastics, which then get exported into our air through carbon emissions. This process adds to the threat of global warming. The pollution being produced from Shein's factory also affect the animals living in these areas. Microfibers attach to toxic chemicals in most waste systems and landfills. This combination is most commonly injected by aquatic animals. So if you think about that, they're going to ingest these toxins and then die. But usually they are sold to restaurants, which then are cooked for us to eat. So not only are animals exploited for not only do animals ingest these toxins, but they are also exploited for their hair, skin, and fur. Shein uses materials such as animal skins, which cannot be broken down easily, thus their products are not sustainable or biodegradable. The clothes are not biodegradable and not made well, which puts even more of a strain on our landfills. So, now that we discussed negative effects on the environment, we will now talk about how Shein uses practices such as slave and child labor. According to goodonyou.eco, products produced by Shein are so cheap that there is no way employees can be paid a proper minimum wage. A study done by UNICEF, which is the United Children's Fund, estimates that nearly 168 million children between the ages of 5 and 17 are being exposed to child labor in Shein factories. Tactics such as cotton picking are usually reserved for children because of their ability to maneuver their small fingers. Proper protection to chemicals are not provided in Shein's factory, so for example, a mask or rubber gloves. The first Shein factory was established in China, which resulted in different labor laws than in the US. Overseas countries do not put the same restriction laws up for workers. According to the mycn.com, working wages are only equal to a living wage in China. Ethical labor practices are not enforced in the same extremity in China as they are in the US. So now that we discuss unethical labor practices, we will now talk about how Shein has mocked cultural and religious groups. According to BBC.com, Shein has come out and apologized for selling prayer mats used in Muslim traditional practices, but that does not make up for the extreme racism their culture experienced. The mats that were sold included the Kaaba on the front of them, and the Kaaba is the sacred center of the Muslim tradition to this day. The item was marketed as Greek frill mat and has since been removed. But, as if that wasn't enough, weeks after that, a necklace with a swastika emblem was sold for $2.50. A deep internet dive done by Refinery29.com confirms that Marissa Grossman screenshotted this offensive product and posted it in an attempt to make others boycott Shein. She advocates, "This is a company I've bought from so much over the years, and to see this is disgusting." So today we've covered how Shein's products negatively affect the environment, how Shein uses practices such as child and slave labor, and how Shein has offended religious and cultural practices with their products. I hope that I have successfully informed you about how Shein's factories negatively affect the environment and the people working in them. So things that you guys can do Avoid buying from super cheap brands that make you think you're getting a great deal, and sign the petition to end child labor. Thank you, and here are my references.